Welcome to the Interview Podcast, the voice of Inter-CT. Welcome back for another edition. Here we are, having just been told that no one actually listens to this thing. We're going to talk regardless. We've got a full house today. We've got Tom Robinson.
That's it. I'm the ever-present, hopefully, but some new members to add some insight to the club.
We've got Anthony Quinn.
One and only appearance.
And Anthony Quinn is 2010, 2011 coaches and USL. We've got Aaron Mazzola here.
Hello, how's everybody doing?
Aaron Mazzola will be taking the 2013s and the 2010 EDP. And we've got Gene back again.
Always lovely to be a part of this.
Good. Well, if we do sound slightly distracted, we have had a long morning at pre-season camp, and we're looking to head out soon. And we do actually have right now the Crystal Palace against Arsenal game on. Close attempt. So, Tom, you saw the overall view of pre-season camp today.
It was good. From a numbers point of view, record high. We have 182 people registered for the camp, which is brilliant to have so many players on the field. To make sure we maximise time with your coaches. We split it up to a morning group. So this morning we probably had, I reckon, over 100 kids there. Probably would, right? Based on trying to think of what groups we had on the field, and then we had a little lunch break. We treated the staff to a little pub lunch, which was nice for those guys, while me and Leon met with our groundskeeper to make sure everything was going at All Saints and trying to make use of the extra bits of grass that we've put in there and make sure we're maximising the space. And then we are about to head back to West Rocks for our 4:30 till 7:30 evening camp. But yeah, overall, good first day. Everyone was involved, everyone was moving, and interested to get the coaches' input on that.
Anthony, first time you've taken them 11s, right? 10s you had last year for the first time. You had 10s and 9s last year. 10s and 11s. Oh no, you had just the 11s this morning?
Just the 11s this morning. A new group for me. Interesting to try and get to know the boys. That was actually a big part of what I was trying to do today. It's not just a new group for me. Most of the team is quite new. A lot of players move in between teams and a lot of new faces. So it was as much about trying to get to know each other as it was about playing soccer. The boys come in very quiet and seem quite sort of nervous the opening 15-20 minutes or so. So we tried to play a few kind of fun games, and I was asking them a lot of questions, interesting facts about themselves, to try and get to know them and let the other boys get to know them as well.
Go on in. Interesting fact. What was the?
Well, we were struggling for some interesting facts to start with. I think what was the least interesting fact? I live in Westport, I think, was the least interesting fact. I'm trying to remember. Oh, someone said they got bit by a monkey on their farm in South Africa. Yes, exactly. That's what I said. Can't remember the surname, but Tommy something, 2011. So I thought that was quite interesting. And from there, people started opening up, and we find out some people are from different countries, some people from Europe, from South America, South Africa, etc., etc. And actually, his best fact was that his first language is Afrikaans, which was good.
So this is the guy that got bit by a monkey.
This is the guy who got bit by a monkey.
A profound effect then on yourself.
That's the thing I took away from this morning. In regards to the football, like I said, it's a new group, so we're all getting to know each other. Lots of room for improvement, but that's what we're here to do. So the boys worked hard, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the week with that group.
Aaron, your guys no doubt weren't quiet early on. They're a rambunctious group, the 13s, right?
Very much so, and definitely quiet I would not use to describe them. I think the biggest takeaway from camp this morning is our boys are very competitive, and so some slide tackles had come in and some early injuries on a Monday preseason camp when we have 10 weeks left, right? 11 weeks left in the season, so it's good to know that they're very competitive and they want to win, but at the same time, I want all of my players on the field and I don't want to deal with any ankle injuries. But no, I've coached these boys for around 2 years now, and I'm looking forward to the challenges that we had ahead of us, and some different leagues that we're in now, and they're going from 7v7 to 9v9, which for these age group boys is a little bit of a challenge. But they're all familiar with the format and familiar with each other, and I'm now coaching the 2010 EDP, which is a nice little challenge for me. Again, I know most of those boys. I've been working with them for around 3 years now, on and off. But I'm looking forward to this season, and the preseason camp that we have now is only getting me more excited. So thank you for having me on this wonderful podcast, Leon, and I really appreciate it and look forward to being on again.
Answers like that. Shooing.
You're banned.
Also, opening it up to the group, most common injury on pre-season camp. Anyone want any guess of what I had to do this morning? Ballistas.
Oh, we had new boots?
Yeah, come in, everyone with the new cleats on. Three ballistas I had to fix this morning on camp.
15 hours of camp.
The Gad.
Boots.
Stylish.
I got blisters on my head because I didn't wear a hat. You think I'd learn all this years, but Gene, I know you've got a big part of your groups coming in later on this afternoon, but I know, especially on the girls' side, and it was the Women's World Cup yesterday. We got to take on England. I'm just changing up now.
Oh, wow. You're gonna ask me about England and Spain?
Yeah. He's been an avid watcher, haven't you?
I have. I enjoyed it. It was good to see two teams in a final that didn't include the United States, which I know as a U.S. fan that's hard, but I think it's great for the game. I'm gonna drop it back to the third place game. I don't think I would have liked to see the host nation kind of pick up that third place finish. I think that would have been good for them, but it was a good game between Australia and Sweden. But Spain and England. I thought both teams deserved to be in that final. I thought Spain, player for player and throughout the game, was certainly better than England. I think they connected a little bit better. England certainly showed their grit and their determination to try to win it. But it was a fun game to watch. It was up and down, few missed chances, missed penalty kick. Had all the pieces to it, but we'll see what comes up now.
It's amazing on a final like that. The first goal is so important.
So important. Such a great first goal too.
Oh yeah,
just
right
an absolute great
in
finish.
The corner there. But we was talking about defenders dribbling, and Lucy Bronze there. For those, if you didn't see it, try and watch the game. Lucy Bronze, the right back, starts dribbling not down the line, but right into the middle, into traffic, and ultimately that's
dribbles about 40 yards across the field and head down. Couldn't find an option. Probably had a couple options as she passed by players throughout the middle, and then lost the ball. Give credit to Spain though, because that space that she vacated, they immediately found it, and that's where that goal came from.
Yeah, and I feel like they were trying to exploit that space anyway.
They were. Spain makes a living on having their outside backs overlap. Their wings kind of play in those half spaces, so they really try to connect those outside backs going forward, overload the size, overload the outside backs, get services in the box, and they understood. They knew their roles, they knew what they had to do. I think the preparation that they put in was fantastic, and like I said, great game all the way around though. 1-0, you can't ask for anything more than that.
Yeah, technically Spain were very good.
Yes.
There was one part in the second half. In there, near their own box, I think near their own corner flag, the rondos, bump, bump, bump. And do you do the rondos?
I have rondos part of every single part of my session.
You see it there. It's Spain, just little rondo areas. And for you, what's the benefits of rondos for you?
Well, you can coach pretty much every part of the game in a rondo, apart from scoring goals. Obviously, an important part of the game, but the how much information you can get across to players in a very easy setup. You can manipulate the numbers to make it how you want. You can work on things such as the passing ability in terms of how it comes off your foot, how you receive the ball, body shape. You can teach defending in terms of staying compact, pressing, counter pressing when you lose the ball. There's just so much that you can coach in such a simple activity. And the better players can play in smaller spaces. the lesser players just open the space up a little bit, maybe manipulate the numbers to make it a little bit easier. But it's very easy to alter depending upon levels and what you want to coach. So I use it as pretty much every part of my session.
And we saw it there with how they just got out of trouble, just quick one-touch passing, just to frustrate England there. But the big standout for me, which is, you might call it the dark arts, but it is part of the game, and maybe something that we wouldn't teach until we get a little bit older. But when Spain had the penalty, which England might feel aggrieved.
Lucy Bronze.
Lucy Bronze, who we were saying probably didn't have a great game, but the one thing she did for the team was really get in the ear of the taker. Who was it?
It wasn't Jenny Hermosa. Jenny Hermosa.
Yeah. And she looked a little bit nervous anyway.
Sure.
And
not a great PK either. No. Did not hit a great.
Oh, but you see Lucy Bronze just get into her face. Like, the referee should have done a better job of, like,
probably could have been a yellow card, actually.
Yeah, but got right into her. I don't know what she said about you're going to miss, or we know you're going to go to the right, etc. And then even after that was done,
she argued the placement of the ball too. She made her reset the ball.
And for any defenders or any goalkeepers, and I've got my goalkeeper camp a little bit later on today, it's little things like that can maybe give you the edge. Like, rather than go, oh, that's okay. The ball was further forward from the penalty spot than it should have been.
Correct.
And, whether it's unsporting or whatnot to get into the face of the penalty taker. She was hardly the face, but you are entitled to say to the referee, hey, she's cheating here. And make and every delay that you have puts a lot of pressure on the attackers.
And Earps got away with a little bit of a step there as well, so it was...
Yeah.
But good save, though.
Back to Spain's good play there, wasn't it? Like, England should have had momentum after that penalty save, but they just took the sting out of the game, didn't they, Spain?
They did. I mean, Spain's ability to possess the ball is fantastic. And I mean, when you talk about purposeful possession, they understand their purpose, right? They understand how to move it forward, when to play, like how to control the tempo and the flow of the game, and really just finding open spaces, switching the point of attack, attacking out of the weak side. They, again, like I said, they understand their role, and they understand what they needed to do in that game in order to get on top of that. But I think, again, I thought England had a great World Cup, and I will always go back to it, of like having 4 different teams than what you're used to seeing in the finals and the semifinals, and a third place game is fantastic. It's great for the women's game. You get to see like other teams. I know we're very U.S. focused here, so it's it was good. It was good to see the other part of the world and how much women's soccer is growing and what other countries are putting into it and what they're getting out of it.
Yeah. Oh, great. Now, we have a tedious link talking about champions. Anthony.
What show is that?
I'm not sure. Is it? What is it? Was it Badil and Skinner?
Or something like
Oh, I'm not sure. But talking of champions, these boys here, Aaron and Anthony, come back from Hershey, USL.
The world's largest chocolate bar.
I know, which I've got in my refrigerator right now.
Now it's actually on record that I didn't eat that whole chocolate bar. I think most of my team think that I did.
Oh dear, yeah. But I know Ashley's girls when they went, she broke up the chocolate. But you just took yours home, right?
It was so hot. I'm like, I don't want to open this massive chocolate bar in 100-degree heat with all the boys putting all their sweaty palms all over it. So I thought, I'll bring it back. My intention was to bring it for all the coaches, but I think Leon, once he got his hands on it...
I've never seen
that. I've never seen this chocolate bar.
White marks out of it.
It's...
Leon likes his chocolates.
I do like my chocolate, yes. But now, a lot of comments from our players about the style of play.
I mean, it's to be fair, we were by far the best team that was there, and we're going to come up against a lot tougher teams as we come into the season. But the boys play really well together. It's not just about scoring goals, but the way in which they do it. They move the ball well across the back. I even try and get the goalkeeper. There was moments where I was telling Swabo, come and play in the back line. Just literally play next to the centre back because I was conscious of the fact they weren't getting that many touches because we were dominating the game so much. I wanted to get him on the ball. I think in the semi-final I actually got him to play outfield for about 20 minutes so we could do a little bit more. But yeah, right from the back, from the defence through the midfield, front line, everyone played really well. We scored a lot of good goals and we showed we could do both things. We had the ability to go long and hit the ball in behind, but we were also able to play through the opposition's press really, really well. And I'm not going to get carried away by winning the Hershey Cup because, like I said, we were the best team and it was obvious we were the best team by quite a long way. And there's bigger challenges to come, but yeah, it was nice. Good start to pre-season for them.
Well, I think it's important to note that this team they've been playing together for 2 years now, and they've just come off of devastating losses over in Tampa. Within reason. I mean, Tampa, the USL Academy Cup is full of quality. It's full of quality programs and quality teams. But I think it was a little bit of a wake-up call for these boys. And, also in Boston, Juventus as well. It's like, yes, we have this pre-academy team, and we've been playing together for 2 years now, but we still have ways to go. And I think that, yes, the quality at the Hershey Cup isn't pre-academy or academy level. They are still finding some victory there, and hopefully it motivates them to work that little bit harder and think about what we have in front of us now. This is a pre-academy going on academy USL team, so of course we want to move up the ranks and work towards that higher level. So hopefully it motivates them, and congratulations to the boys.
Yeah.
My 2014 boys didn't fare too well in that tournament, but we did play against some very, very quality teams. Won our first game fairly comfortably. In the second game, it posed a little bit of a challenge for us. Played Mount Laurel from New Jersey, and just a quality program. And we went into that thinking that, we're going to smash them. We have this in the bag, but they bodied us, won 90% of the challenges, had a game plan going into that, all of the games, and you saw that and how they played. Just very, very technical players that stuck together, defended together and attacked together, and lost that the second game. And the third game won fairly comfortably as well, but 2 wins and a loss doesn't always get you into the final.
No, but am I right in thinking, Tom, there was a couple of younger ones in
Yeah,
there?
it was I think all of them. All of them was their probably first USL experience in a tournament, right? Because last year's group was made up mainly of the 13s because they were the older age group. So yeah, it was mainly their first ever time doing it. So yeah, we had a few 2015s in there as well, at least 3 off the top of my head. But those 3 players are very good who were in there. But yeah, I think it's a good experience. It whets the appetite for those guys to keep playing and getting to know them, and know each other. It was the first time actually playing with AC players opposed to just against them during EDP league games. So yeah, I think it was a good group. There's definitely a good core there that we can look to build a team around. And then with it being summer, it usually means that not everybody is available. So there is rooms to tweak players. And then the good thing about the USL, it's done how players perform. So if Coach Amadi thinks that some of the boys are doing well to start September and start the fall season, then there could be a few new faces in there, or we go ahead with the same group that was there as last time. And yeah, I think Aaron would agree. There's a good group of individual talent there, and as they play together more. Oh, he hit the post.
We are watching the game here as
dramatic
well.
pause for that. But yeah, no, I think overall good group, a good showing from all the teams. And yeah, no, looking forward to move on to bigger and better things with monthly sessions and then getting towards the Aventus tournament. Unfortunately, the weather for that one will not be as nice because last year I believe it was quite cold, right, boys?
Freezing.
Just a tad. 3 jackets on, I believe.
Oh, I can't think of anything worse. But with all this in mind, especially with Spain winning the World Cup, I think the next year we are looking at our love the game stage players looking to go to England just to see some games. And, you know, we got it on here. We've got a Premier League on now, so we get to go to a Premier League game. The love to learn will be going to Spain just to kind of, let's face it, their youth program, was it U17, U20, and now world champions? Yeah. So let's see what's going on there, especially with Jaume, who took us to England from Goal Sports before. And then where are we going? Oh, Ireland again. Are you going to go this year?
I don't know. I was asked to go to Malawi.
Oh, yeah.
But couldn't do it because I lost my green card.
Oh, dear. And it says the guy that was meant to go to Qatar. And
yeah, I've not had much luck with travelling recently, to be fair.
Was it the dog ate your passport?
The dog. He bit my passport.
It was not accepted, right?
And it was not accepted on Qatar Airways, so I couldn't go to World Cup. Nightmare.
There you go. That's an interesting fact from Anthony.
Yeah, the thing that still winds me up about that is that I'd actually flown to Dubai and the Maldives a couple of months earlier
with
so
the
same passport, same tiny little bite mark in the passport. So going to the same part of the world, and I'd obviously just flown from New York to London that same day. So that was a bit of a nightmare.
Oh man. And then, Ireland is love to compete, and they did very well this year. A lot of your old boys, 2008 boys.
Yeah, it's beautiful over there.
They did the best that we've ever done at the World Cup. I think they came 4th, 5th overall out of 70 teams. Well. And then, you mentioned Malawi. If you're a junior or senior, we'll be going to Malawi just to...
Less of a tournament and more of an experience.
Yeah, it's more of an experience and more of a playing with the boys from Malawi, part of the Ascent Soccer, and actually doing a little bit of coaching as well.
And the boys, they went to what tournament they go to? They won the tournament, right? The Inspire Soccer Academy, whatever they're called, Ascent.
Ascent, yeah.
They went to that tournament in Iceland, I think it was.
Yeah, it was interesting to see. There is a news clip from the boys, and they're going, it's cold, but they're all wearing InterCT zip tops. So if you did donate your shirt, you were part of the Ascent Soccer Academy that won in Iceland with the Iceland Cup. But I think, gents, without keeping it too long and waffling, I think that'll be it. And hopefully not coming across too salesy.
Time to go to the field.
It really is time to go to the field.
Oh, it is? Oh, my.
It's getting close to it.
3:35 almost.
All right, guys, we'll see you the next time.
Bye.